And you touched on, what we can do to make sustainable change. But can you just kind of summarize for us, like, what are the key things that we can do to keep that change that we need so much?
Yeah, as I already mentioned, you need to find your true north. There is help, there is support out there. And I found my true north by being very, very attentive to what doesn't resonate with me, what I don't like, what I don't want, what doesn't match my energy, what isn't fitting me. And I had the courage to drop it or not even touch it. Yes, my parents wanted me to become this and become that. Blessed is my mom and my dad. And I refused, because I sensed this is not for me. Then I did this and I did that, and it wasn't for me. I ended up with almost nothing anymore to try out. I exhausted all the options, and that got me into a very, very niche of action. And right there, destiny came to me and gave me an experience, and suddenly I felt an expansion. I was like, that's probably it. I feel so alive. It's all effortless. Yeah. And I then exploded more and more. And here I was, and here I am. That's what I do. That's my life's purpose, to teach consciousness, to support people in becoming conscious, awakening consciousness, and supporting them in fulfilling on their greatness. That's who I am. But I found it by detaching and dropping what I didn't was. And this requires courage, because yes, you tell me, Mark, I would like to do that, sure. I don't like my job. I feel it's not for me, but I need the money to pay the rent. I need, and so on and so forth. I know all these arguments, but who are you dealing with? You are dealing with life. Yeah, you need to make a plan here. You need to have the courage to trust life when you are embarking on a resonance for searching for your own essence. You will be supported. I know that you may not believe that, but there are so many people who say that this is true, and life works like that. The moment you are going on a real self-realization journey and your inner being feels that, it will attract everything what you need. So you don't need to worry. You will experience it for yourself. So let go of that what is not you. And you'll see, you will be caught by life itself and directed into the right direction. So that's what I suggest for sustainable change, which is very important. Next one would be to learn to reconnect to source. Now, you came from somewhere, you got a body, you are actually a spiritual being in a human experience, you're not a human in a spiritual experience. So you got your body, but there's something called you, not the ego, the awareness, the spirit, the being, name it. And to reconnect to the source of that being, the source of that greater you, the source of your higher self, that is reconnecting to the divine. And many people tried through religion, and if it works for them, great. If it doesn't work for them, they should add some new spiritual techniques that are available. So you do whatever gets you into the experience of being reconnected. Why? Simply because the divine energy is the highest vibration you can have. And it always attracts the high frequency reality into your life. It means you are guided, you are protected, you are on the right path, the golden path, your path, unique, and with amazement and with wonder. You just need to make this a priority. As long as you have higher priorities than that, you're playing it risky with life, because life may not agree with you that you put all your wonderful life energy into the next million, into the better position in your job, into the next version of another bigger house. Nothing against those things if life intends these things to be with you, it will give it to you. Just make it a priority to live the deeper purpose of life, and you'll see it all works out in miraculous ways. And then learn the great art of detachment. So detachment means that you're not holding on to anything. What I mean is you fully engage, you fully take responsibility, you're there, you're in integrity, you take on projects, sure, when they feel right, okay? Yeah. But you never attach to them, as in you allowing your ego to identify with it and then pretend that only in the possession of that you are happy or you are complete. That illusion got you into so much trouble in the first place. So fully engaging in life, fully participating, never attaching psychologically. Yeah? Never assuming that this person, this job, this bank account, this furniture, this body makes you complete, because you are already complete. Now, I know it's great to hear that and it's hard to believe it. It's a meditation. Remember that time and time and time again. In other teachings, they say, remember your Buddhahood. You are complete. Samasati, remember your true nature. All that refers to the same point. There's nothing what you actually need in order to be complete and happy. All the unhappiness comes from a false indoctrination of a philosophy that only made you a slave to the external forces, and they are all bigger than you and I are, and they capitalize on us being confused, not knowing who we are. And here we go again, being a slave to the environment, and by that being a slave, we are part of the society, and if 7 billion are doing that, we're gonna hit big trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like quite an art of trust and detachment, almost like it's a moment-to-moment practice of having to trust and also detach at the same time.